I want to make a very simple video about the benefits of using a very specific and inexpensive instrument, but I gotta do it before my kids get home from school, so that means we gotta go quick right now. I don't have to be Rick Beato in selling you a course to tell you that one of the most important things you can learn as a musician is to hear the relationship between pitches. This is called relative pitch. It's different than perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is like the ability to hear a metal baseball bat drop on the floor of an English class in 9th grade and identify the pitch. That's what one of my friends did in 9th grade because he had perfect pitch. Relative pitch is something different. It's just the ability to identify the relationship between two or more notes when you hear them either together or in succession. Like everything else in music, this is something that has to be learned, but in my experience can be difficult to learn, especially if you are used to playing guitar. I think it's because guitar teaches you to relate to music in multiple different ways, not only in like a scalar or melodic way, but also in like a chordal way. You're working both horizontally and vertically, and that's just a lot of information for your brain to process, and so it takes longer. Now, there are ways you can do it, like by sitting at an instrument and going bum, 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 and trying to remember that that is the relationship of a major third. And there are apps and courses as well, but I'm going to recommend an easier and less expensive and, in my opinion, more musical way. And that is to buy a harmonica. Harmonicas are simple but brilliant instruments. Essentially, there are two ways that you can play them. You can blow or draw. Draw meaning breathe in, and when you blow, you get the notes basically of a single diatonic scale, like the chord tones of C major in this case. And when you draw, you get some related notes. In some areas, it's kind of like the chord tones of a G. In some areas, it's kind of like the chord tones of an F, being the 5 and 4 of that scale. And all 10 hole diatonic harmonicas are basically laid out in the same way. So if you go and blow in the 4 hole, you get like the tonic, the root note of the harmonica. And then if you draw, you get 2, 3, 4, on and on and on. There are specific notes that you play in specific places on every harmonica. And you don't have to and won't always alternate between and, sometimes you're just going to blow and you're going to run through a series of notes that are going to sound pretty good because they are all in fact related. After spending a couple weeks with harmonicas in my car, just so I can play at red lights and like when I'm sitting around in parking lots, I can really feel my sense of relative pitch improving. It's a lot easier for me to hear or imagine a note and know where it's going to fall in the broader context of music. And I can use that stronger sense of relative pitch to hear note choices in music that I'm listening to, which in turn demonstrate patterns, which in turn can inform my playing and writing. This particular harmonica was $23 from my local music store. That's really more than you would need to pay in order to have an instrument like this and an experience like this. So go to your local store, or if you must, online, and buy one and play it and learn a little bit more about relative pitch. I am confident that it can help your writing as it is helping mine. And that's all. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.